everyone out there. So pretty much in this video, I'm going to be talking to y'all about why it is that I get on the under the skin of a lot of different people, right? So ever since I was a kid, right, from 6 years old, for all those people who don't know, I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. Family was born in Trinidad and Tobago. Came here when I was about 4 or 5, right, somewhere around there, and has been basically living in Manhattan, New York City, ever since the age of 6. So the place that I grew up in, right, I'm not going to say where, obviously, but the place that I essentially grew up in, school, everything, you know what I'm saying, on point as far as the availability, right? But ever since I was a kid, I have a Pisces ascendant, have an Aries moon, have a Saturn in Aquarius in the 11th house. I'm going to socialize. I know how to socialize with people. I know how to get people on my team. I know how to get people to like me. But even since I was a kid, right, when I was 6 years old, speaking to people and stuff like this, trying to get to know them, even from, you know, a young one, right, a young person, basically, I got told hold on, sorry, that was my family members coming in. But ever since I was a kid, I was basically told from 6 years old, right, I was weird, tried to make friends, been told I'm weird. This is why it is that nobody likes you. Remember, 6 years old, all the way up to teenagers still going through the same thing. You're weird. This is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody wants to hang out with you. Doesn't matter if I was on my best behavior. Doesn't matter if I was like, look, man, like, forget y'all, because y'all are always on some BS. So being 30, going on 31, you know, addressing that form of pain, for me, it's different for me now, because for me now it's a situation where I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? In the sense that before they you know, I was a latchkey kid. Mom basically had to work. But, you know, siblings had to go and work, had to do their own thing, right? They had to get it, right? They had to get it how they live in that, and, you know, in that work environment, right? That work environment. So I was a latchkey kid, learning how to cook on the stove since I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? 6 or 7, somewhere around there. So with that being said, right, people with their fair weather mentality and behavior basically made me when I was young. So now that I'm, you know, older, right, and more knowledgeable, have more patience, you know, have more self-value. To me, it's different now, and it's different it's different in the sense that for me now it's different because I choose now to be by myself. You understand what I'm saying? Because those same people who a lot of times you would think would be cool, you try to interact with them, they tell you no, they reject you, they're disrespectful with their rejection. That's why it is that nobody want to hang out with you. I don't want to hang out with you because you're weird. Then you give it some time, and then you hear how people are doing all sorts of crazy goofiness on the low, and then their drama and their dirty laundry starts coming up, right? Coming up to the surface. So I see that as a strength, because I don't have to deal with all that drama and all that BS and all that mischief. You know what I mean? So it's a situation now where it's like a lot of the times I done been abandoned so many times by so-called friends, stabbed in the back so many times by so-called friends, stuff like this. As a grown man now, I'm like, look, I'm by myself. People don't know whether or not they're coming or going. You know, why don't I do things that I like? Why don't I handle my own responsibilities? You know, I wanted to go to the range. Got a chance to go to the range. Pictures of that is on my Instagram. I'm going skydiving. If I could, dirt bike racing. If I could, flying jets. Right. Learn how to get into the cockpit with a professional jet flyer or whatnot. Learn or pilotman. Learn how to fly a jet. You know, literally doing those types of things. Right. So, because I have that extra time to actually do the things, I'm looking outside the window, but I have the extra time to do the things that I actually wanted to do. If otherwise, I would more than likely be busy because I have all these so-called friends, right? Because so many other people tend to be popular, right? Quote unquote. So it's in a situation with me where, you know, over the past couple of years, right? Y'all seen my evolution, stuff like this. I've gotten to a point where I've accepted what goes on. So for me, I'm like, look, I'm not going to keep people's numbers in my phone like that, because I know for a fact that most people don't want to admit this about themselves, but it's just the truth. And it's the truth that needs to be talked about. Most people are duplicitous. Most people are fickle. Most people are mercurial. Most people don't know whether or not they're coming or going. I've been saying this for a long time. Most people do not know whether or not they're coming or going. So whenever I understand, because I gained this level of understanding, I'm like, look, because I know that most people don't know whether or not they're coming or going, and I've accepted it, I'm like, what I'm going to do is I'm basically, I'm not keeping people's numbers in my phone, because it's very hard for me to keep people's numbers in my phone. So in other words, unless it's for some sort of like business where I don't want to have to keep finding the number for human resources, so I just basically have the business's number on speed dial, or my family members, you know, my mom, my sister, my brother, blah 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 blah, blah, whomever. Not going to tell you their names or anything like that. It's hard for me to keep people's numbers in my phone, because I have to either see you as real business, right, in that sense, or I see you as in a sense of I need your number for some sort of human resource or whatnot, or we're tied at the hip when it comes to business, or as family. That's correct. I need to see you as family, basically. And with people's fickleness and fickle behavior, disassociative behaviors, and all this goofy stuff that they do, because I've accepted it about myself, I've dealt with those abandonment issues. It was difficult for me for years for me to really start accepting love that my family members was giving me, because you know, when they show you something like this, when somebody shows you love, you show them, anger, because you think that they're capping. So you're like, is this, is a setup coming behind this? Where's this stuff going? And I've learned how to accept, like, okay, like, it's not a setup. I can relax. You know what I mean? So, because you got to understand, I'm a Virgo. I'm not going to be out here arguing with people and showing and being combative unless I absolutely have to. Because anyone who's been paying attention, they know about what they know about me is I don't like to not disagree. I don't like, because I definitely disagree, but I don't like to be combative unless it's for something that is important, right? Like all this drama. If you don't want to hang out with me for whatever is the situation or whatnot, because you're fair weather, or I should say you happen to be fair weather, that's okay. También, that's okay. Cálmate, that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. So I've embraced it. I've ultimately embraced that aspect or the element of how most people are fake and fair weather, and it's gotten a lot of people caught up without me trying to get them caught up, because most people like to play that silly little game of, well, we gonna play this game. When I don't keep their number in my phone and they text me, they're like, hey, how come I haven't heard from you? It's like, I've accepted the fact that most people are fair weather. So most people's perception of you is like most people's perception of you checking outside again, because, just trying to see what's going on outside. It's a lot of noise today, but most people's perception of you can change because their mentality is fair weather. It's like spring. It could rain, right? Then in a second it could be sunny. Then in a second it could be cold, and you'll be like, oh, is it gonna go into the summertime? So because I've accepted people's mentality and their perception is like spring, I'm just like, look, you have my number. Hit me up whenever it is that weather swings back in the direction that you like, right? And it's warm, I guess, whatever you like, rainy days, or if you like the cold weather, hit me up whenever that weather swings back in the direction that you like, and hit me up. If not, I'm gonna be doing my own thing. I'm gonna be off doing my whatever it is, resting, right? Getting my hands together, as far as getting my hands tight, boxing or whatever the case may be or whatnot. Hit me up whenever it is that weather swings back in the direction that you like. Because for me, with the fair weatherness, let me know what it is. So it's a situation of some people just need to learn to pick a side, pick one, But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.